Newly installed electronic or e-gates for faster processing of departing and arriving overseas Filipino workers. Additional bus gates complete with facilities like toilets and water dispensers. More airport shuttle buses and other transport options for travelers. These are among the steps taken at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport that its management hopes will finally help rid the country's main gateway of the tag as one of the worst in the world. But it seems these are not enough.
Yung linya still crowded pa rin.
The shuttle, we would be obliged to wait for 1 hour. I think that's something that can be improved. And I think this queue to go inside.
Just last month, President Duterte made a surprise visit at the NAIA Terminal 2 after hearing about complaints on flight delays and cancellations. Earlier, he had warned of appointing military officials to run airport operations. So how do you solve a problem like NAIA? When NAIA was expanded to 4 terminals, its original capacity was 31 million passengers annually. But by 2018, the volume of passengers had reached over 43 million. With a 6% increase in air traffic annually, experts project that figure could double and climb to 100 million passengers by 2027. Aviation expert Avelino Zapanta explains one of the biggest factors that disrupted local air traffic was the entry of low-cost carriers like Cebu Pacific and AirAsia. In NAIA, only 40 aircraft movements at most are allowed per hour for takeoff and landing. These slots used to be enough, but in 2016, assigning arrival and departure slots became so problematic, the government had to tap Airport Coordination Australia. In a report to Congress last year, the ACA said the number of flight movements sometimes go beyond the allowed limit, even up to 48 an hour. Zapanta notes just 1 or 2 delayed flights in the early morning would start a chain reaction, pushing back all other flights. One big cause of delay is that some flights to the provinces cannot take off in the wee hours of the morning when there is less air traffic, because some airports outside Metro Manila are not night-rated or cannot operate at night. They open only after sunrise and close before sunset. This also bunches up flights into a shorter operating window.
Imagine how can 20 or 40 or 30 take off all at the same time at 5 to... They have to be queued one by one. And so you are departing at 6 o'clock, but you are able to take off 1 or 2 hours later. You're delayed.
The DOTR is targeting to night rate up to 36 of the 44 commercial airports in the country. At present, only 19 local airports are able to operate at night. Other reasons for flight delays: the weather and simple passenger blunders. Since May, the Transportation Department has been posting online the on-time performance of airlines, meaning how many flights are able to leave on time or less than 15 minutes after scheduled departure and arrival times. CNN Philippines checked the on-time performance of airlines at the NAIA over a 5-day period, from July 5 to 9. AirAsia has the best on-time performance, with nearly 79% of its flights departing and arriving on time. It was closely followed by Cebu Pacific with over 78% on-time performance, then Philippine Airlines with almost 77%.
Mino-monitor natin para makita natin anong trends in the course of months para ma-establish natin yung tendency or yung chronic delay ng isang airline.
Authorities vowed to impose heavier penalties on airlines with chronic delays. They say first impressions last. With the ongoing rehabilitation and expansion work at the country's airports, officials are hoping this would make a good impression on arriving visitors, giving them a warm welcome and making them feel at home. There's ongoing expansion work at NAIA Terminal 2. The NAIA consortium, composed of 7 of the largest conglomerates, has a 102 billion peso proposal for a 15-year rehabilitation and expansion of NAIA, and to increase its capacity to up to 65 million passengers a year. The government has yet to approve its proposal. With a 24/7 repair of the Sangli Airport in Cavite, the Transportation Department hopes to operate it by the end of the year for some commercial and general aviation flights. The DOTR says this could free up to 4 hours of air traffic at the NAIA. There's also expansion work at the Clark Airport, which according to its master plan can accommodate up to 12 million passengers a year. San Miguel Corporation also has a proposal to build an international airport in Bulacan, the first phase of which has a capacity of 35 million passengers a year. Ruth Cabal, CNN Philippines.